6 planes, 14 men, gone in an afternoon, without a single distress call, without a scrap of wreckage, without a trace. It happened in December 1945 in a stretch of ocean between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, a patch of sea so notorious it earned its own name, the Bermuda Triangle. For decades, ships and planes have vanished here, swallowed whole by calm water and clear skies. Is it a monster of the deep, a hole in reality, or something far more human and far more explainable? Let's find out what's really happening in the most feared triangle on Earth. First, the basics. The Bermuda Triangle isn't an official place on any map. It's a rough triangle drawn between Miami, Bermuda, and San Juan, covering roughly 500,000 square miles of the Atlantic. That's one of the busiest stretches of ocean and sky in the world, packed with cargo ships, cruise liners, fishing boats, and thousands of flights every single day. So statistically, if something is going to go wrong at sea, there's a good chance it happens somewhere inside this triangle simply because so much traffic passes through it. But that hasn't stopped over 100 ships and planes from disappearing here since the 1800s. Enough disappearances to build a legend that refuses to die. The story that made the triangle famous is Flight 19, 5 Navy torpedo bombers that took off from Fort Lauderdale on a routine training mission in December 1945. Partway through the flight, the lead pilot radioed that his compass was malfunctioning and that nothing around him looked familiar, even though he'd flown that route many times before. Over the next few hours, radio contact grew more panicked and more confused, until it cut out completely. A rescue plane sent to search for them, Vanish 2, later found to have likely exploded mid-air. Not one body, not one piece of wreckage from Flight 19 was ever recovered, and that silence is exactly what turned a training accident into a legend. Flight 19 wasn't alone. In 1918, the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship over 500 feet long, vanished with more than 300 people aboard. No wreckage, no SOS, nothing. In 1963, the tanker Marine Sulphur Queen disappeared in the same waters, leaving behind only a few life jackets. Case after case followed the same eerie pattern: clear weather, experienced crews, and then complete silence. By the 1970s, authors and documentary makers had noticed the pattern too, and they gave it a name that would stick forever: the Bermuda Triangle, a place where the normal rules of the ocean seemingly didn't apply. But here's where the story takes a turn. In the 1970s, a writer named Larry Kusha did something nobody else had bothered to do. He actually pulled the original reports, weather logs, and Coast Guard records for every famous triangle disappearance. What he found was surprising. Many of the mysterious vanishings weren't mysterious at all once you read the full paperwork. Flight 19's lead pilot was known to get disoriented easily and had done so before. The Cyclops was overloaded and sailing straight into a documented storm. Some ships blamed on the triangle hadn't even vanished inside its boundaries at all. The mystery, it turned out, was mostly built on missing context. So, if it's not a mystery, what's actually going on out there? For one, the Gulf Stream runs straight through the triangle, a powerful, fast-moving current that can erase wreckage or sweep it far from where a ship actually went down before any search even begins. The region is also a magnet for sudden, violent weather, waterspouts, and fast-forming tropical storms that can appear with little warning, especially before modern satellite forecasting existed. And beneath the surface, the seafloor drops away into some of the deepest ocean trenches on the planet, deep enough to swallow a ship and its wreckage where searchers could never hope to find it. Nature, it turns out, needed no help creating disasters here. If the science explains so much, why does the legend refuse to die? Partly because mystery sells better than meteorology. Books, documentaries, And now countless online videos have kept the dramatic version alive because it's simply a better story than storm plus strong current plus no satellites. Partly because our brains are wired to notice patterns, even when the pattern is really just coincidence dressed up with a catchy name. And partly because a small number of these cases genuinely haven't been fully explained, not because something supernatural happened, but because the ocean is vast, deep, and often keeps its own records to itself. The truth is stranger than most people expect, not a monster, but the ordinary, relentless power of the sea. So the next time someone tells you a ship vanished into thin air in the Bermuda Triangle, you'll know the real answer usually isn't hiding in another dimension. It's hiding in a weather report, a current chart, or an incomplete search log from decades ago. That doesn't make the stories any less tragic, or the ocean any less powerful. If anything, it makes the truth more impressive. Nature alone, with no help from myths, is more than capable of making things disappear without a trace. If you enjoyed unraveling this mystery with me, hit subscribe for more deep dives into the world's strangest legends, and let me know in the comments which mystery we should solve next.